The world of cricket has always been dominated by countries like India, Australia, England, and Pakistan. But there's a new kid on the block, a country with a rich sporting culture, a growing interest in cricket, and a passion for all things competitive. That country? The United States of America. For decades, cricket has been largely overshadowed by sports like football, basketball, and baseball in the US. But recently, something incredible has been happening. Cricket is growing, and the question on everyone's mind is the USA the next big thing in world cricket? The USA has always had the potential, but what's changed now? Is the rise of American cricket a passing trend, or are we witnessing the beginning of a new era? Let's break it down. The history of cricket in America. Cricket in the United States isn't as young as you might think. In fact, it was one of the first sports played on American soil. Back in the 18th century, cricket was wildly popular in the US, even before baseball took off. It was the sport of choice for many, from the colonial elites to regular citizens. In the 1800s, it was even played in the early days of the country's development. But as the years went on, cricket started losing its grip on the American sporting landscape. The rise of baseball, the dominance of American football, and the explosion of basketball completely overshadowed it. By the time the 20th century came around, cricket had all but disappeared from the mainstream sports conversation. So how did the USA go from the birthplace of cricket to almost forgetting about it entirely? And more importantly, why is cricket suddenly on the rise in the United States? The resurgence of cricket in the USA. In the past decade, something has shifted. The US is beginning to rediscover its love for the game, and it's no longer just a niche sport for a small group of immigrants. What's driving this resurgence? First off, there's the growing number of immigrants from cricket-loving countries like India, Pakistan, the West Indies, and England. These communities have brought the game back to life, playing in parks, forming leagues, and introducing younger generations to cricket. As a result, the sport is slowly starting to creep into the cultural fabric of the United States. But it's not just about the immigrant population. The rise of T20 leagues like the Indian Premier League, IPL, has also played a huge part. American sports fans who are used to fast-paced, action-packed games have been drawn to T20's exciting format. The thrill of the game, the quick scoring, and the constant action, it's a perfect fit for American sports enthusiasts who might have otherwise dismissed cricket as too slow. Then there's the involvement of big corporations and investors. In 2021, the USA Cricket Board made a bold move by entering into partnerships with major companies, and they're now pushing for greater involvement in world cricket. The Major League Cricket MLC League, for example, is a game changer, with backing from big names like Sachin Tendulkar and financial support from some of the biggest tech moguls in Silicon Valley. MLC is giving American cricket the credibility it needs. The players and potential. Now let's talk about the players. The USA has the raw talent, but are they ready for the big stage? In recent years, American cricketers have been making waves on the global scene. A few names are already standing out, and while they may not be household names yet, they are on their way to making an impact. Take Ali Khan, for example, the fast bowler who made history by being the first American to play in the Indian Premier League. Or Jaskaran Malhotra, who stunned the cricket world by hitting 6 sixes in an over in a one-day international. These players are showing that the US isn't just about potential, it's about actual talent. But here's the real story. American cricket isn't just about a few standout players, it's about the future. The USA has some incredible domestic talent, but what they need is more exposure, more international experience, more high-level competitions like the MLC, and better training facilities to develop these raw talents into world-class players. The infrastructure, can it keep up? We've talked about the excitement, the players, and the growing interest in cricket in the USA. But there's one more thing that's crucial to the country's rise in the cricketing world: infrastructure. For the US to become a true powerhouse in cricket, they need the facilities to support it. This is where it gets tricky. While countries like India, England, and Australia have decades, if not centuries, of infrastructure and tradition, the US is still playing catch-up. But here's where things are moving in the right direction. The Major League Cricket League is working to create high-quality stadiums and practice facilities. They're not just bringing international players to the US for a one-off show, they're building a long-term foundation that will cultivate future stars. Moreover, the US national team has started competing more regularly in global tournaments. They're improving, learning from their mistakes, and getting closer to qualifying for major events like the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. They're already competing with teams like the Netherlands, Zimbabwe, and Afghanistan, nations that have proven themselves on the world stage. If the USA can continue this trajectory, building better infrastructure, developing homegrown talent, and drawing in more fans, the sky is the limit. The global impact, the role of technology and innovation. In today's world, technology is a game changer. The US is known for its innovation, and that might just be the key to making American cricket stand out globally. The potential for tech-driven growth in American cricket is enormous. Imagine the use of high-tech training tools, analytics, and data to help players refine their game. Add to that a booming social media presence, targeted digital marketing, and partnerships with streaming platforms to broadcast the matches. It could turn the game into an absolute spectacle. Platforms like YouTube, ESPN, and Twitter can connect US fans with the cricketing world, offering them not just the games, but the stories, the behind-the-scenes moments, and the drama that make cricket such an exciting sport. As we've seen with other sports like basketball and soccer in the US, digital engagement can drive massive growth in fan base and viewership. Cricket can absolutely follow that same path. Is the USA ready to become the next big thing? So is the USA the next big thing in cricket? Well, it's not there yet, but it's getting closer. The country has the passion, the talent, and the resources to make it happen. Major League Cricket is a huge step forward, and the backing from investors and global cricketing legends only strengthens the vision for a cricket revolution in the US. While it's true that cricket has some serious catching up to do in terms of infrastructure and international experience, the momentum is undeniable. The USA has always been a land of opportunity, a place where dreams come true, and who knows, maybe, just maybe, the next cricketing superpower will come from across the Atlantic, right from the heart of America. One thing's for sure, American cricket is here to stay, and the journey to greatness has only just begun.